Welcome back to the AI Ripple Effect podcast, everybody. Today, we are lucky enough to be joined by Vache Ourfalian, who's the president at Jetline Transport. Jack, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Adrian. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about your story and particularly about the services you provide at Jetline Transport and how you delight your customers. So why don't we start at the beginning by you giving us a little bit about your background, Jack, and your journey to where you are today, why you started up Jetline, and what you do for your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. We were founded 5 years ago in 2020. We actually just hit our 5-year anniversary in August 12th. So pretty excited about that. To be where we are today is a blessing. And I was a freight agent for a smaller freight brokerage for about 7 years prior to starting the company. We started out as Alkaios Transportation and rebranded to Jetline Transport. And Alkaios is the Greek word for strength. And so we really like the meaning of it, but we ended up having a rebrand to Jetline Transport for ease of use for customers and our agents and a lot of the members of our team. And so the basic reason why I started it is I was having some challenges with my previous company. I was the top performing agent and my voice was never heard. So when I would make suggestions on things that we can improve, whether it was our transportation management system, our sales processes, or certain things that we could do that would help all of us grow, there was no acknowledgement towards the things that I was telling them. And that didn't sit very well with me, especially being the top performing guy at the company for about 5 years. The first 2 years I wasn't, and then the last 5 I was. I wanted to create an environment at Jetline where our people have a voice and they have the opportunity to provide their feedback on what it is that we're doing. And we wanted to give them an opportunity to build something unique for themselves. And some of the ideas that I had with building, we have a custom built transportation management system that allows our agents to really operate with speed and optimize their capabilities. Being a sales agent has really helped me hone in on how to build the structure of the TMS and how to help them operate efficiently. And so all these ideas that I wanted to implement, I had to start my own company to do so. And I really felt there was a void in the industry with third-party logistics companies. And there's a narrative out there for freight brokerages, and a lot of people seem to think that they can't trust a freight brokerage, or we're going to do something shady, or there's something wrong with partnering with you because you don't have assets. And part of my mission was I want to change that narrative. I want to go in and I want to show customers and clients that when you partner with us, it's almost like you have your in-house trucking company or your
Right.
in-house third-party company, but it feels like you're partnered with a trucking company, but it's not a direct trucking. And that starts with, of course, the relationships and the partnerships that we've established with our carriers and also our customers. And we don't treat anything or any single day in a one-stop shop or as if it's transactional. And part of the vision of our company is equal treatment of both sides of our business, both our carriers and our customers. We don't like to treat one as if we're above one or the other. We have reason to believe that a lot of our competitors like to treat their customers a lot better than they do their carriers because they feel like they're above their carriers for one reason or not. And so part of our vision is to make sure that that stays intact, that we treat both sides equally. And as I mentioned, this business gave me the opportunity to change my life. I came from nothing. I had a very difficult childhood growing up. I have immigrant parents that came over here from Iraq, and they came over to the United States to give us more opportunity and for us to provide and build an empire for ourselves and create a different lifestyle for our children, and so forth, or the next generations. All those things caused me to make the transition, take the leap of faith, and get started with Jetline Transport. We started in 2020. So if you're familiar with the industry trends, 2021, basically COVID hit. So right when we got started, it was a whirlwind. It was crazy. It's been a big time challenge for us. We've been in an oversaturated market. I think you may be aware.
Yeah.
But we are where we are today. We've made it to year 5, and the trajectory for where we're headed at this point looks really good. So I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. I mean, that's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing and congratulations on achieving what you've achieved to date. I mean, it sounds brilliant. And the services. So you talked about the brokerage side. Who are the typical customers that you seem to be seeing as customers at the moment?
Yeah. Well, manufacturers, distributors, forwarders are our main sources. Those are our primary target clients that we go after. Um, really, we're obviously we're a B2B. We don't really work B2C. So those are our primary targets.
Right. Okay. And of course, there's a wide spread of those customers that you're dealing with and your experience more broadly in the market. What are you seeing as the key trends at the moment around things like how are tariffs impacting you and your customers? What's the labor market like? Is there pressure on cost reduction, focus on operational efficiencies, that stuff? Are you seeing particular themes coming to the surface?
Absolutely. Our industry is transitioning like crazy right now. There's so many things that are going on, of course. With the tariffs, I think in recent days, we've seen a significant increase in volume, and we're starting to see a little bit of a tightening of capacity in the market. It's proven, the data shows that volume increased when tariffs were put on pause by Donald Trump. So when that happened about 3 months ago, he put it on pause for about 90 days. I think customers imported as much as they could to avoid the tariffs once the deadline came to a close. Now, negotiations are still in progress as to what's going to happen with that. But Trump's goal is to really make America great again, right? And part of that has to do with bringing manufacturing and shipping back to America. He wants us to be the primary distributors. We want to be the ones that are manufacturing things ourselves rather than having to depend so highly on other countries, particularly China, more than anything. Now, we've also seen a shift with some of the other countries, with China going and trying to work around that, where they're taking their manufacturing facilities down to Mexico. And Trump saw through that and he said, well, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But there's still going to be tariffs when you cross the Mexican border as well. And of course, you have the involvement and integrations of artificial intelligence and AI, and where that's coming into the picture of companies are now really focusing on automation, where there's automated booking, there's automated pricing being generated. And Jetline, one of the things that we're doing is we are focused on integrating technology into all of our systems. We leverage artificial intelligence. We've been in a phase where the level was large language models with LLMs with AI, but now the next step coming, according to the CEO of NVIDIA, is agentic AI. So now agentic AI is going to be the next step in the next phase of, okay, what type of impact is that going to have on the workforce and the labor markets, and what type of jobs is that going to take away, and what type of jobs is it also going to create? And of course, there's automated trucks, self-driving trucks that are coming into the picture, and then you have self-driving cars. I have an opinion on that, where self-driving trucks are definitely going to impact our industry, but I think that in order for that conversion to come about, we're going to need to see a full conversion of autonomy all over the country, or wherever it's being used all over the world. I don't think you can have autonomous truck drivers and then you can and have humans behind regular vehicles, because they will clash with one another. And so during the time, we've been in a transportation recession for the past 2 years. And I think that we've been in an oversaturated market that's been clear, where it's been a constant race to the bottom.
Yep.
We are starting to see now carriers and brokerages have gone out of business. A lot of them have closed up shop. So we've started to see a little bit of the competition start to fade away. It's a cyclical business, of course, like anything else. And I think now we're starting to come to a point to where we were in oversaturated, but now it's starting to clear out. Some of the competition that didn't understand their operating expenses, they didn't understand what their overhead looks like, they didn't understand how to be profitable, and we're starting to see those people exit the market because it's not sustainable for them. And that's going to open opportunities for a lot of people that are able to survive and stay in the game and really understand and know what it is that they're doing on a daily basis.
That's a great point. Great point.
So the future looks bright. From what I can see, I think in the next 6 to 8 months, I see a significant shift onto, for the past 3 years almost, it's been a shipper's market. Prior to that, during COVID, it was a carrier's market. Now I think the customers are going to start losing their leverage as capacity has faded away. I think we're going to start to see a significant shift in the market.
Right. And do you think, you mentioned it there, right, around the consolidation and the fluctuating market and some of those competitors moving out of the arena. Do you think that the advent of AI and using that, say, for operational efficiency is going to lower the barrier for re-entry, or do you think it'll be a defensive moat for those organizations that adopt it now and have a tight operational setup ready for when the market flips again?
It's really difficult to say what type of impact that's going to have. We're already starting to see companies letting go of certain people because they're replacing certain positions with AI. And I think that's only going to continue to escalate as time moves forward. I think it's going to be something where we see things really go down and then we're going to see them start to rise, because right now we are seeing AI come into the picture and we're like, okay, well, we don't need a human behind this. We could just have, like, data entry is a perfect example. AI is great at that, or even just data analysis. It can review it at such a rapid pace and provide you with such accurate results, and it's astounding really to see. And I think that that's really just, it's something that at first we're going to see a drop, but eventually we're going to realize that, okay, well, AI did this, but now we're seeing that we're actually going to need somebody to control the AI to actually do this. So it's going to take away in the beginning, and then we're going to realize it's going to create new opportunities down the road. Does that
Right.
answer your question?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm interested. I asked this question quite a bit on the podcast. On a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being not so much, 10 being absolutely, how confident are you that AI will create measurable value in your business in the next 12 months and also in the next 5 months, 5 years rather?
I'd say I'll give it an 8. I
Right.
think that it's already created significant value, and as it continues to grow, it's only going to continue to give more. And it's all dependent on the user, right?
Right, right,
And
right.
the way that you implement it, the way that you integrate it. Like, we have it integrated into our transportation management system where it's automatically doing certain things. It generates invoices. We have it connected to our QuickBooks where it's going in. And as soon as we upload the proof of delivery, it's tied into our QuickBooks. It automatically generates the invoice for us and it saves it, so that once, all we have to do is go in, review it, make sure that it's done properly, which it doesn't really make mistakes with that, because once you give it the programming, once you give it the system, it does a great job of just following those steps. And we just send it off and we just hit boom. Or we have it sending automatic location updates to our customers. It generates tracking instantly once we put everything into our system.
Awesome.
So it's making things faster. It's making life easier. A lot of the redundant, repetitive tasks that a human needs to integrate into their daily operations is no longer going to be needed. Now you can focus on much more high level things like customer retention, customer acquisition, of course, and quality of service, because
Yeah,
AI really helps with quality of service if used properly. So,
sure.
I mean, it's hard to not even give it a 10. The more that I speak and the more that I tell you, it's difficult to say that it's not going to simplify our lives to just an extraordinary level. I think it's already happening, and some people may or may not realize it, but I mean, it's really simplified things for me as well. I use it as a consultant. Um, I did this in Claude where I generated C-suite robots. And the way that I did it is I established what a CEO will do for a freight brokerage: chief marketing officer, chief operating officer, chief financial officer, and chief sales officer. So, and then what I did was, so once I established the responsibilities of each one of those individuals, and I used AI to help me establish those qualities, and then I had it generate robots. So, and it's custom made to, and it's tailored to Jetline Transport and who we are.
Awesome.
And so and then what I did was, after I built the knowledge on each one of those robots, I put them all into one chat and I created an executive leadership team where if I ask for an opinion, I get all of their feedbacks based on their knowledge base.
Amazing.
And just little things like that, it helps so much. Yes, I'll upload my P&Ls and I'll go to my CFO bot and I'll ask it, please analyze our financial. Tell me what you see. Where are the gaps? And it gives you just amazing feedback. And it's sad because it's going to take away some jobs, but at the end of the day, it's operating at such an efficient level that what do you do, right?
And that's just through Claude? You just build that through Claude? That's amazing.
Yeah, so Claude is ahead of has been ahead of ChatGPT in that sense. And ChatGPT now caught on and they implemented it. And so now it has the ability with the agentic AI and things like that. So Claude was actually ahead. And it's
Yeah,
a game like this where you'll see Claude jump ahead and then you'll see ChatGPT or Grok or some of those. It's just like a neck and neck race where they'll integrate something new and you'll see it. Be in Claude and I'll be like, it looks like Claude has fallen behind. I think I'm going to jump into Chat GPT. And
sure.
so you go in there. It's interesting to see those. It's like a horse race almost.
And in that sort of modernization push you've been driving, Jack, over the past 12 months or so, adopting those new AI technologies and building your agents, what have been the key hurdles that you've come across and the challenges, and how did you overcome those?
In terms of building the agents,
In generally modernizing, say, your operations or your engagement with AI more generally, whether it's agents, whether it's incorporating into your TMS, what have
yeah.
been the main issues you've encountered?
So I think we tend to see some redundancy in AI's responses,
Right.
and also its accuracy and vagueness can definitely come to be an issue. But it's up to the user to review everything that it's doing
Yeah.
and correct it and give it the ability to make better decisions or provide you with better feedback. Prompting is so big with AI. And if you're not sure how to prompt it, do the research, talk to others, and learn what you need to do to optimize it and create it. It's something that is going to give you the best possible answer. So at this point, there's so many people that are using the platforms, and every single one of us can go in and ask it to do something. But the way that you ask it to do something is going to really determine the results that you get. And that's the way that you're going to separate yourself from
Yeah.
everybody else in the marketplace.
That variation which can cause risk, right? If you don't get it right, then there could be a challenging output. It's a great perspective. And obviously you've been through this process, you've learned your lessons. Hypothetically, if you had a time machine, you were able to go back 12, 24 months, say, would there be one thing you would change at all, Jack? Or are you happy with everything?
That's a good question. At first, and you're referring to just the company overall or
Yeah.
yeah. So when I first got started, I was a one-man show. I was doing everything on my own. And then I started following guys like Patrick Bet David, not sure if who he is,
Yeah.
Alex Hermosi, people like that, that I learned so much from them where they show you how to scale a company and the things that you need to do. And of course, just self-learning and reading books like 10x is better than 2x, who not how. And then you start to understand that if you truly want to build a unique company, or if you really want to accomplish the vision that you want to accomplish, you're going to need people. And that's one of the things that I fear with AI coming into the picture, with a lot of people thinking that they no longer need their people, because we need to make sure that we continue to harness the need for our people. Because at the end of the day, we all have each other. We are building something that's more intelligent than we are, and we have to be very careful with it. But to answer your question, if I would change anything, I waited around a little bit too long. I played it very safe early on, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we are where we are. And I wouldn't wait. I would do what I'm doing now, and that's focus on bringing in people and do everything that I can to just scale with people, because your people are the most important thing for your company. At the end of the day, there's theories out there now that they're saying that, I think it was Elon Musk or Zuckerberg that said that there's going to be, I may be wrong on who it was that said it, but there's going to be $1 billion company leveraging AI, but it's only going to be one person.
Yeah. 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 That's right.
Who was it? Was it Zuckerberg or Musk that said it, or was it Sam Altman?
I think it's going to be Altman.
It might have been Altman. And maybe it's true. It probably will happen. I just don't find that very fun, personally, for me.
The Christmas party will be pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's lonely at the top, right?
Yeah.
And then you really want to isolate yourself, and all you want to have are a bunch of robots as your friends. So for me, I love my people. when I see my people growing, and when I say growth, we focus on multiple avenues of growth, whether it's professionally, mentally, emotionally, physically. I like to help my people in every way possible, because at the end of the day, your performance is tied to how do you treat yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Do you eat right? Do you consume the right things? Are you growing on a daily basis? One of our company's core values is better every day. So we strive to improve at least 1% every single day, so that by the end of the year, you're 365% better if you don't take weekends off.
Excellent. Awesome. That's fantastic. And I think with that hindsight and listening to what your plans are specifically around people, you could answer some of this. But looking forwards and at Jetline's future growth, what are your key milestones for products, expansion, geographies to grow the business?
So we've been focused on customer service and technology. And at the end of the day, we're usually about three things. We're a technology company, we're a customer service company, and in some way, we're a finance company for some customers. And I say that because as a freight brokerage, we're net 30 with a lot of our carriers. We have to
Right.
pay them net 30, but there's a lot of customers that they don't pay you within that 30-day window.
Yeah.
As a brokerage, you can't do that. You can't not pay somebody within 30 days, or else it's really going to hurt your credibility. So we're essentially three things, and we need to constantly find ways to bring value to our customers. And one of the things that we emphasize is we want to help our customers grow their business. And it's for two reasons. One, if we want to help them grow their business, because if they grow, then we also grow. So how can we do that? Whether it's making introductions to help them that might help them grow their business from a personnel standpoint, or from just a marketing standpoint, or we also just want to help market our customers' products, where we're going in and we're saying, hey, if you ever need ABC products, this is the right person to go to, or you should look into utilizing this, because as the demand grows for our customers' products, that's also going to help us grow. And of course, everyone wants to see growth. And for us, that's one of the ways that we want to do it. We want to help them grow so that we can grow alongside them, as their shipping needs will increase if their demand increases. If sales
Right.
increases, shipping needs will increase. So that's part of the vision here. And I have some ideas that I won't put out there right now, just because I wouldn't want any of the other big boys to come and take it, because no one's done it yet.
Just watch this space, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'll just say it's tied to what I just said. It takes a lot of capital. It's not something that I have right now, and maybe it'd be worth going out trying to raise the capital and investing in the idea and the concept, because I do think that it could really help a lot of people in the industry
Awesome.
and in the space.
Fantastic. So that sounds amazing. It sounds you're poised for exciting times at Jetline Transport. Thanks, Jack. For the folks out there and investors maybe who are interested in finding more out about Jetline Transport, where can they get that information, Jack?
You can contact me directly on LinkedIn. You can direct message me, or I can provide my cell phone number or my email. I believe my contact information is on my LinkedIn. Vache Ourfalian, founder and CEO of Jetline Transport. I'd be happy
Awesome.
to.
Well, we'll make sure we include all of those links in the description of the podcast when it goes out. So everybody out there, feel free to connect with Jetline Transport and Jack at your own will. Thank you, Jack, for joining us today. Really interesting to hear your story. Seems as though you're really poised for the next phase and exciting times for growth at Jetline Transport. Thank you to everybody out there for joining this episode of the AI Ripple Effect podcast. We will see you in the next episode. But for now, thank you for joining. Jack, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be on here. I really enjoyed it, Adrian. Thank you so much.